It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard something from the Sound of White Noise, Anthrax with Only, and we just heard some Badlands from the Voodoo Highway release with The Last Time. That one going out by request to Matt in Cincinnati, who is proudly wearing his new CMS hat that he bought this week. And speaking of wearing new hats, welcome to the mic, our good friend and partner, Chris Aiken, with his LA Guns hat. What's going on, Chris?
What is up? My fake LA Guns hat. Let's get it right here.
Yeah, your knockoff LA Guns hat.
That's right. The band may be bullshit, but the hat is sure sweet.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, our friend in Cincinnati, Matt, bought a CMS hat this week, and he was thrilled that he got it so quickly because, you know me, as soon as those orders come in, I mail them out right away.
Yeah.
But he wanted to say thanks for the bumper sticker. He said, I will proudly display it on his Ford Econoline work van. Plus, he owes me a self-addressed stamped envelope.
It's 50 cents, pal. Oh, man. That segment last week was fucking hysterical.
I know. I listened to it today on my run.
Yeah.
So that one kept me entertained on the trail. So I must have looked pretty silly going down the trail with a big goofy smile on my face listening to that nonsense.
Nice.
Because it was funny.
Yeah, we did some good work there, my friend.
Yeah, I know, but Eddie made it easy.
Well, yeah, he didn't make it difficult. That's for damn sure.
It's just like, what are you thinking, Eddie? I know our fans and who like when we do that kind of cut up shit, you know, they were really into it. It's just like, holy cow. My nephew sent me a text, you know, he said, dude, I am over here with tears in my eyes. He's just freaking hysterical.
Well, and it's so easy. I mean, it's not like we did any creative genius over there. We just commented on what we heard, which was just ridiculous that it was simple.
Yeah, no kidding. So, yeah, that was fun. It was a fun show last week. I re-listened to some of the segments when I was out and about this week, you know, just to kind of get a good chuckle myself. And, right. The show even entertains me when I'm not actually doing the show.
Yeah, I have to usually wait about 6 months because once 6 months goes by, I completely forget everything that we've ever said. So then it's like new to me. So in 6 months, I'll probably hit you up and go, dude, that fucking Eddie Trunk segment, that was hysterical. When did we do that?
Well, just before the show started, and I was loading up the intro on the server and stuff, what was playing was the Mark and John call to you while you were hosting the show with John Drake while I was at the M3.
Oh, and I was all hammered.
Well, it was funny because you wouldn't know you were hammered. I mean, you carried on the conversation with both Mark and John.
Okay.
You know, with no issues, and you know, it was just kind of fun because those guys were two chatty Cathys. You know, in person when I was there at the M3, and when they got on the phone with you, it was just like, oh my God, it's so great to talk to you.
Well, you know, they do like speaking to legends, so.
That is true. But speaking of Mark and John,
yes,
did you look at that video I sent you?
I did.
What is going on with Mark?
I don't know, man. He needs to. I don't know if his hair was wet or just he'd been working under a car all day or something. But you know, maybe he was trying to get that fucking minivan started, and he just spilled the oil out of the van into his hair or something. But
he just doesn't look well.
Yeah, he looks like he's lost some weight. That's for sure.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he lost weight, but he doesn't look well. He just kind of pale and sickly looking and thin, and I don't know. It's really bizarre.
Well, he has probably been quarantining, so he probably staying in the house, not seeing any sunshine.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It was just kind of weird, but he was off on this whole rant about everything being canceled and this summer's going to suck and all the shows are postponed and, on and on and on. I was just like, wow, you've been pent up too long.
Yeah, I actually listened to an episode of their podcast with him and Emily. It was called Striggles Raw.
And Striggles Raw?
Striggle's Raw. It was that was what the episode was, because apparently they did like a full episode, but then it got fucked up in the recording.
Okay.
So he wanted to put something out, so he just stuck a microphone in front of her, and they just riffed for like 30 minutes. And I listened to it, and it was interesting. It was 100% not my take on everything, on most of it, but it was definitely interesting to hear the other side of where people stand with the music industry right now, because they were very much like, this fucking blows, and there's not going to be any shows for at least a year. And there's Emily was saying that even if it's just buying a bandana from a band, everybody should do it to support the bands, even if you don't like the bands. And I was like, well, if you don't like the bands, why would you spend money on them? But she was like, it's about the industry, and we got to keep these bands alive. And I was like, okay. I mean, it was interesting. I was not bored. I'll put it that way. I wasn't bored. And even though I didn't agree with everything they were saying, I was like, all right, well, now I see how the other half are living.
Yeah, I get you. Well, Ozzy Ace had sent me over that minivan segment, and he was just like, what's wrong with Mark? Does he have the AIDS or something? What's going on with him?
Well, maybe his favorite sandwich shop is closed or something.
I don't know, but it was just kind of funny because I was watching, I was like, okay, what is going on here? So he's got his iPhone or whatever he's using set up to where you're peeking at him through the hole in the steering wheel.
Yeah. Now that was annoying. I will say that, because then, at the beginning of the video, he like reached down. I thought he was going to move the phone.
Yeah.
He like reached down, but then he just adjusted the phone a little bit and left it there. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Put it on the dashboard.
So then the thing that got me, and again, everybody has their bent on whatever, but he was talking about the whole concert thing being canceled and how many shows he had lined up for this year and so on and so forth. But then he got into the whole riff about these rock cruises. And he was saying, he'd never been on one. He has no desire to be on one. He hopes that they're done forever because they're environmental hazard and they pollute the ocean. And, and he was going on this whole, this liberal tirade about saving the earth. And I was just like, oh, my God.
Well, look where he lives.
I guess, but Jesus, I mean, he's like, yeah, they dump their shit in the ocean and it destroys the environment and it's like a floating petri dish out there, and it's like, all right.
What do you think a car is?
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and a vehicle other than everybody except for our one listener, doesn't piss in it?
Yeah.
Cars are the same way. There's all kinds of fucking food shit from people eating and drinks that get spilled and water. And,
except my car.
Dirt and shit. I'm talking most cars. Not everybody's a fucking superhuman, super cleanest like you.
Yeah. But, boy, so I did watch that. So thank you, Ozzy Ace. Ozzy Ace just loads up my mailbox, my email box on a weekly basis, and I can't keep up with it. As much as I appreciate, I just can't keep up with everything. I think Ozzy sent me like 10 emails today alone.
Jeez.
Just forwarding stuff, forwarding me videos, forwarding me stories, forwarding, take a look at this. What do you think of that? Look at this conspiracy theory, It's like, all right, Ozzy, I get it. I appreciate all the info, but man, I can only look at so much.
Yeah, it's like, just stop, dude. Instead of sending me emails, go run a lap or something so you're not breathing hard when you call.
Ozzy's a good guy, though. He loves the show.
Yeah, he does. There's a lot of those people out there that love the CMS.
Well, the funny thing is I am, and I said this last week, but what is it about this show that relates to the Australians? Because the Australian fans that we have, they are like just dedicated hardcore.
Yeah, they love us. That's for sure.
And so what is it about this show that's so relatable to the Australians?
Probably because we say what they're not allowed to.
Well, I don't think that they're restricted in their speech, are they?
I don't know. Dude, that's another world away. I don't know what they do.
I don't know what they do over there.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, all you know is that you just enjoyed seeing that kangaroo roasted on that fence.
I did. And I didn't enjoy seeing Rose Tattoo last night as I was supposed to.
Oh, yeah, that was supposed to be this week, right?
Last night.
Oh.
So last night in silent tribute, I listened to their Blood Brothers album and wept in bed.
You wept. I wept silently to myself.
I'm missing the show.
Yeah, it's not happening tonight.
Fucking COVID.
Did you go on a Bryan Adams tirade and go out on Twitter and, bash the Chinese for destroying the world?
No, I just called Mark and Emily to have a conversation about why the concert's being canceled sucked. Just called them up. I'm with you guys. This sucks.
Yeah.
I missed the show tonight.
Solidarity.
Yeah. No, I just listened to their album, was like, all right, that's good enough. Pulled up a couple live videos. It's like, all right, I saw enough.
Yeah.
Just as good.
Well, maybe they'll reschedule. Who knows?
Well, they have. They've rescheduled.
Oh, did they? Okay, when do they anticipate coming back?
Sometime in January, like January 21st or something.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Well,
hopefully that doesn't get rescheduled as well. The way some of these fucking cocksucking fuckface governors are running their fucking states. DeWine being one of them. It would shock me none if they said, well, we can't have, you can go, but you have to stand 30 feet away from anybody else.
Yeah.
Fucking jizzballs.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, that's your Democrat governors for you. They're saving us. They're saving us from ourselves.
Yeah. Do you feel safer?
Well, our governor isn't like that.
No, your governor's got you locked down till what, July?
No, that's Illinois. I don't live in Illinois.
Oh, that's right.
Now,
well,
Sal, that's Sal and married Dan.
Oh,
they got to deal with that. I don't deal with that.
The cocksucker in Pennsylvania announced yesterday, well, we're going to renew the emergency act for another 90 days. 90 days more. So that's June 4th, July 4th, September 4th.
No.
Fuck you.
I'm just telling you that these Democrat governors are trying to keep things tamped down until after the election. They are trying to put a hurt on Trump.
Well, they could keep trying, because from what I saw this weekend, they can say whatever they fucking want from their press conferences. No one's listening anymore.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree.
Everybody's done with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, though, I want to go backwards a minute. Would you like to hear a nice email that we received about the show?
Oh.
Since we were talking about people that are interested in the show.
All right. I would love to hear a nice email.
Okay. This email came in at 8:40 p.m. tonight from Patrick Stanton. It says, hi, love the show. Anything Eddie Trunk and Mitch can... Anyway, or let me start over. Hi, love the show. Anyway, Eddie Trunk and Mitch can have a great show with music news or interviews, but because all the name dropping and self-praise and reminding the listeners of who we are listening to, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Not that my opinion matters, but I know I look forward to listening to you guys. At least your show is consistent, fun, and interesting, whether I agree with you guys or not. Doesn't matter. Thank you for a great show and all the best. Metal!
Very nice.
There you go. So, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick, thanks.
And how dare you say you don't agree with everything we say? The fuck is wrong with you, Patrick? Don't listen anymore!
Yeah, if you can't agree with everything that is uttered on this show, you don't deserve to listen.
That's right. Beat it!
What a boring show that would be if everybody just agreed.
Yeah, it really would be.
It's like, you know what? There's people I don't agree with on a lot of things, but I like them as people.
Yeah.
I like them as artists or whatever. I mentioned this last week when we were talking about Tracy Guns. I like Tracy as a guy and as a musician. Don't agree with his viewpoint on politics and things, but I could sit there and hang out with Tracy, which I've done on many occasions, but I certainly wouldn't get into politics.
Now, this show would be much better if we just agreed with everything, don't you think?
Yeah, sure.
Boring.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so anyway. Well, today I was in a mood. I haven't been out spending money anywhere for a couple of months because there's really nowhere to go and nothing to do. And, you know, I don't have a bar tab or a lunch bill or anything. So I've been saving money for not going out.
Okay.
So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? The weather's finally getting nice. I mean, it was kind of cold and overcast most of the week.
Right.
But today was kind of bright and sunny. I finally got to go out a little bit, you know, and so I'm out there cruising around in the Camaro, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do some little bit of maintenance on the car here.
Okay.
So it's something I was looking at and thinking about, and so I bought a couple little tricked out toys for the Camaro.
All right.
So what I went out and did is I purchased a what they call it, a throttle controller. Okay. What it does for you is that it the throttle on your car is control. It's not like the old cars anymore where it's got a cable running to a carburetor anymore. It's controlled with a rheostat where, you know, it increases the what's the word I'm looking for?
You got me. You already lost me.
Oh, well, anyway, let's just put it. It's electronically controlled. Let me just make it that simple.
All right.
It's electronically controlled. Well, they sell this little tricked out item. It's called a throttle control.
Sure.
And you can set it manually. But it has like a little dial on it, and you can dial it up and down to where your car is more responsive. So if you decide you want to do like a launch or take off like a bat out of hell, you can turn that thing up to 9. So basically your throttle is very, very, very sensitive.
Okay.
So your response time is just like immediate. So you could be sitting at a light or something and just touch the throttle and you'll go like a bat out of hell. And, you know, I have the horsepower on my car is like 500.
Okay.
So it's like instantaneous horsepower.
So you turn that fucker up to 11 and just spin tires at the light?
Yeah, if you wanted to go that high, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I bought that. It's like you can install it in like 30 minutes.
All right.
So I bought that, and then these Chevy cars, they have what they call a displacement on demand. Okay. So what it does is that supposedly for fuel saving reasons, when you take off or it's under load, you have 8 cylinders.
Okay.
But when you're cruising on the highway, it automatically senses your oil pressure and it kicks it down to 4 cylinders. So you're just cruising on 4 cylinders. But then when you step on the throttle or, you know, put it under load, it'll go back to 8 cylinders.
Right.
Well, I got this little gizmo that cancels that out and you have 8 cylinders all the time.
Okay.
So you have full horsepower at all times.
So you're running a fucking race car now.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Jesus.
And then I got what they called a cold intake. So I replaced the stock factory filter with what they call a cold intake, to where it has a air box and it has a high flow air filter, and it gives you about 10 to 15 horsepower more.
Because you need that.
Well, I don't, but I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to go have some fun.
Yeah, no shit.
So
you're gonna be in the next Fast and Furious movie with that fucking ride.
Exactly. So
put a nitrous tank in there too.
Am I gonna put what in there?
A nitrous tank.
No, I'm not gonna. That's kind of tough on the engine. That'll burn the engine up after a while. But yeah, I just thought, you know, I'm going to buy a couple little tricked out items. I mean, it wasn't real expensive. I mean, it was a couple $100, but, you know, it's just kind of fun stuff to have. So if you're just kind of cruising around town and you want to just kind of, you know, churn and burn, you have that ability to do that.
Plus, you got all manly. You sat out in your driveway just installing shit like a man.
Exactly.
Hands all greased up.
Right.
Looking out Afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just turning a wrench.
Yep. Put my 45 out on the hood.
That's right. Set on the ground so people don't come up to you too quickly.
Yeah. I got metal playing, working on the car, got a loaded handgun.
That's right.
It's all good.
Yeah, there you go. People just fucking in your neighborhood ran away in fear.
Yeah, well, that is the whole thing. Everybody just kind of like, ooh, what the fuck is up with that guy?
Yeah, exactly. Your neighbor's bolting his door shut.
It is funny though. I do get those looks.
I'm sure. In your neighborhood?
In my neighborhood, yeah, it's pretty low key, pretty conservative.
Your neighborhood's a bunch of stiff chiropractors and fucking like nurses assistants and shit like that. And then there's you.
Yeah, and then there's me.
Ass fire hit it on the head. Neeley needs an ejector seat for a passenger seat so he can watch any bitches that don't agree with him.
Exactly.
Why didn't you put that in today, Neeley?
Yeah, well, maybe that's next. Well, hopefully I don't ever share my car with any bitches that don't agree with me anymore, ever.
Hey. Next time you decide to go to Pittsburgh, we'll take separate cars.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the hotel.
Exactly.
Try and keep up, bitch.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No more, huh?
Nope. I've learned my lesson.
Lesson learned.
Exactly.
Nice.
Just another learning curve.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Yeah, that's coming up on 2 years already. You believe that?
It only seems like 600 years ago.
Yep. So I just thought I'd do a little fun tricked out stuff with the Camaro.
Well, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you had more fun than I did this week.
Well, what did you do this week?
You know what I did this week? It was all Pinball PA and potential arrests.
Well, what is the current status of that? What is going on there?
Well, it's open for another 20 more minutes today.
Okay.
It was open yesterday. It will be open tomorrow. It will be open Monday.
Well, what kind of patronage did you get?
Low. Not great, but that's okay. It's going to take a minute to get people to even know that we're open.
Right.
I mean, there's it's going to take a minute, and people are still fucking scared, and, and it is what it is, dude. We opened up, I'll reset it briefly. I know I told you this stuff already, but I'll share with the audience because they've been bugging me in the chat room to talk about it. So, early in the week, like Monday or Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, I spent basically the entire day talking to local officials in law enforcement. I talked to the local police. I talked to the county sheriff. I talked to the district attorney's office. I talked to the state police. I talked to the senator that covers my county, all asking them various questions about what was going to happen if I opened up, and if we opened up against the governor's orders. Okay. And basically their whole stance was, well, you're not going to get arrested. Okay. You might get cited for, violations, which fine, we'll take that up in court if we have to. And but we were told flat out, I was told, and got it on tape, thank God, that we would not be arrested. So that told me it was time to open up. So we we did our work. We did the stuff that we had to do in Pinball PA to make it as close to this bullshit fucking social distancing fucking overly clean horseshit that they want. And we opened up yesterday, and we did okay. We didn't do terrible. I mean, it's weird because I didn't have any idea what to expect. Okay. I didn't know if we were going to do huge numbers. I didn't know if we were going to do no numbers. And we did somewhere in the middle. We did okay. And it is what it is, dude. I mean, it's someone has to take a stand. Somebody has to be that voice that's like, fuck you. We're not going to live under your draconian rules. And we're just going to fucking do what we do. And if you want to arrest us, and I said it last week, somewhat joking, but not completely joking. I was 100%, and you know me well enough to know, I would absolutely take an arrest to stand up for what I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, what are they going to do to you?
Well, I mean, they could let me sit in jail for a couple of days, but that's about it. That's what they did to that barber lady in Texas or wherever. But again, if they did, that's just nothing but press for me, for the show, for fucking Pinball PA, for everything.
Yeah, and potentially a lawsuit.
Well, dude, there's already going to be a lawsuit. I can tell you that now, because what they're doing, there's going to be 1 million lawsuits filed because what they're doing is unconstitutional.
Well, again, that restricts your freedom of movement.
Yeah, freedom of movement, freedom of you have a freedom to fucking run your business. The governor doesn't fucking, unless he proclaims martial law, he does not have the right to tell you dick. And that's what a lot of the Pennsylvania's state officials were telling the cops. We're like, you can't arrest anybody because it's against the Constitution to arrest them.
That's absolutely true. Yep.
So, so we made our stand, and, happily we saw that there were some other businesses that made a stand as well. There was a few local bars locally that opened up, even though they weren't supposed to be open today or yesterday. And onward we go. I don't know what's going to happen. We might get shut down tomorrow or the next day or next week or whatever, but we're going to be open until I'm in cuffs and they put a padlock on the door. And there's no other way we're not going to be open. That's the only way we're going to be closed, is if they put me in jail and they fucking, padlock the doors. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I'll take every citation that they send and I'll just fight it in court. And whatever. So no hassles. I played the game a little bit, and we actually bought breakfast for all of these officials that I just named yesterday.
All right.
and had it delivered to all their places. So, we did that to play nice a little bit. Mm-hmm. And from what I was told today, the police did stop in and thanked us for breakfast.
Okay.
So, we're playing the game a little bit. And again, it's a weird thing, dude, because, like everybody else, nobody wants anybody to get sick, but this fucking nonsense is out of control now.
Well, again, as I said last week, we know now who's at the highest risk.
Yeah.
And it's up to the individual to make that assessment for themselves.
Of course. And I mean, it came out this week, and not just bullshit things from the CDC and the WHO. CDC put out, well, now it doesn't look like you can get the fucking coronavirus from surfaces.
Yeah, well, that's where I did see that. They go, we've kind of revised that. We don't think you can get it from surfaces.
Yeah. So that's one thing. And then the other thing from the WHO yesterday was that they don't believe now that you can get it from anybody unless they're showing symptoms.
Yeah.
So if you can't get it from touching anything and all you have to do is avoid sick people, why the fuck are we still locked up?
That's true.
I mean, that's pretty much the only way you can get the regular flu, right? Is if somebody with symptoms breathes into your fucking face.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we don't even close for that.
Nope.
Just let the next guy get the fucking flu. So enough of this horse shit. We get this information yesterday, then we get this fucking cocksucking fuckbag, Tom Wolf, saying, well, we're going to extend this another 90 days. Suck a dick, Wolf. We're not extending 90 days. We're done. You extend 90 days. Sit in your own fucking house with your mask on, dick fuck. Fuck off, you cocksucker.
Now, Chris, how do you really feel?
Fuck him. I hope he gets coronavirus. Fuck him.
Well, what I'm tired of seeing, I wish the press in this country would just, I wish there was like a coronavirus that only affected the press in this country and just destroy them.
Yeah.
Because this constantly trying to make an issue out of something that is not an issue is just ridiculous.
Right.
This inequality of who this coronavirus is affecting. It's just like, what are you going to do about it? So it affects black people and Mexicans more.
Yeah.
Because of lifestyle. It's not because of their skin color.
Even if it was, what the fuck are we supposed to do about it?
But the thing is that's the whole thing, is that, well, President Trump isn't putting enough resources into fixing this for the minority communities. It's like, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah. What's he want? Give everybody that's black or Mexican a free subscription to DDP yoga?
I don't know. But the thing is I saw that this Mayor Lightfoot here in Chicago.
Yeah.
She's, according to the statistics anyway, the percentage of people that have been affected by this virus in a fatality, it's like 75% of the quote unquote victims are either black or Hispanic. 75%.
Huh?
So what are you going to do about that?
Yeah. You're either going to exterminate all black people and Mexicans so that we don't have any risk of people getting the virus, or you're going to fucking learn to deal with it. Just deal with it. That's all you can do.
Right.
But all that ends up being is about funding. That's really what that's about.
I get it. I know exactly what they're after.
Because now there'll be another amendment in some fucking bill somewhere that's going to be the Minority COVID Act of 2021.
Of course.
Or some fucking horse shit like that. It's just enough with all of it, dude. And if I see, last night I watched Live PD because I love me some Live PD.
I love Live PD as well.
And it was definitely a great episode of Live PD last night. Everything was car chases, which was fan-fucking-tastic. But every time they went to commercial break, every commercial now, this is the new fucking line of the libtard party. We got to stick together to be part of the new normal.
What's the new normal?
Being a slave to a master, apparently. Stay home. Be safe. Wear a mask. Every fucking commercial says, stay home. Wear a mask. Do what you're told. Adjust to the new normal. Don't try to go back to the old normal.
Right.
The fucking cocksucker in Pennsylvania put that in the new standards of the red, yellow, green phases. The latest one says in the green that you have to businesses can open as long as they adhere to quote unquote the new normal.
The new normal.
Fuck you and your new normal. Just fuck you. What they want is for the businesses to fucking run at 50% so they don't make as much money, so that there's more people that are broke.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck your new normal. Believe me, when my business gets back on its feet, and if it's ready to do 300 people through the door, I don't give a flying fuck what phase we're in.
Right.
We're letting them in. The signs are on the door. If you don't feel safe, don't come in. Simple as that. Want to risk your fucking life, then risk your fucking life. If you don't, then don't.
Right.
You think masks are somehow a mask that fucking has been proven over and over again doesn't block anything? A mask made out of a t-shirt is going to fucking protect you. If you're that fucking dumb, then wear your fucking mask and come on in.
Well, again, I was out, on the trail today, and it just amazes me. I saw a couple that made me laugh today. This girl was riding her bike, wearing a mask.
Oh, well, that's good.
She was out there riding a bike solo, wearing a mask. Then I was on the trail. Now they have this. It's a cement trail. The city poured these trails out, and it's a big sidewalk. Is basically what it is, and it goes for a couple miles. So I'm on the trail on the right right side. Now, this trail is about 5 feet wide. This guy coming toward me wearing a mask, and I'm as far to the right of this sidewalk as I can be. This guy walked out into the grass to go around me, go in the opposite direction. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
he walked off the trail out into the grass so he could be like at least 10 or 12 feet away.
Well, at least he was safe.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's like, dude, come on.
You know, people are so, I'm just going to say it, they're so fucking dumb. That's anybody that's hiding this closely to these standards that are, first of all, if you're dumb enough to listen to these fucking idiots that are telling you what is or is not the right way to do things, then you deserve to be a goddamn slave. You deserve what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Because you're fucking stupid. These people have been wrong about every fucking thing.
They have.
Everything.
Absolutely.
And yet you're still buying their bullshit.
Well,
you're still believing the words of Dr. Fauci, or you're still believing the words of the WHO or the CDC. The fucking CDC this week. The reason we're shut down is because everything is fucking contagious from touch. Oh, but it's not now. We were wrong. What the fuck? That's why we've sat home for 2 fucking months. That's why every goddamn business that's not Walmart or Amazon is ready to fucking fold.
Right.
Cocksucking fucks.
I see again with the media just beating this dead horse, trying to blame Trump for not shutting the country down sooner and social distancing sooner. But at the same time, you had Nancy Pelosi out there promoting, come on down to Chinatown, come on down, don't be afraid, come on down. And then Trump had shut down the flights from China. Mm-hmm. He's only doing that because he's a xenophobe. He's a racist. He's a xenophobe. And so when he does stuff like that, it's just like, well, he should have shut the country down sooner. We wouldn't have had this many casualties. Yeah. It's like, I guess you forgot that your great leader, Nancy Pelosi, was down there promoting people coming down to Chinatown.
Yeah, well, no matter what Trump does, he's fucked.
I know.
But, I have more, I don't even know what Trump's doing these days. I don't even care because my problems are much more localized, and I cannot sit by and let these fucking assholes run me into the poorhouse.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree.
These guys need, I don't know what they need, a fucking clue. I can't believe, first of all, in stupid fucking Pennsylvania, we got a health administrator guy that's really thinks he's a chick. And I've seen that. I've seen that thing. That Levine guy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And I know he's one that complains about that he's misgendered or whatever. Fuck you, dude. If you can't fucking see why I don't want to take orders from somebody that doesn't even understand their own sexuality, then you're fucking more clueless than your degree lets you be. If you make bad decisions about deciding if that dick makes you a guy or not, then I certainly don't trust you with my health, you fucktard. Go fuck yourself. And he's the fucking health guy. Fuck you.
Yep. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Levine.
Yeah.
I don't know what his new name is, Leslie or something. We'll call him Man for now.
Right. Ma'am.
Man. No, man. I would never call that guy ma'am.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your fake bullshit. And your wig looks terrible.
How embarrassing.
It's awful.
Yep.
And this is leadership in our fucking state. A straight up communist and a tranny that fucking can't make good decisions about his own life, let alone fucking the lives of 8 million people or however many live in fucking Pennsylvania.
Right.
Fucking cocksucker. Figuratively and literally, I'm assuming.
Oh, God, that's funny. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing? My name is Eric. I usually talk to Chris through Facebook. I just wanted to talk about what you're talking about with Corona.
Yeah. What's up? Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was on the air.
You're.
Let me pause my thing. Yeah, hey Chris, this is Eric Reed. I'm from New York. I'm a retired New York City cop. One of the things that you didn't mention too that came out this week was the fact that now Fauci turns around and says, "Oh yes, sunlight and heat also kills the virus." Which, if you remember in the very beginning, the fruit dies once it gets warm out, and we don't see it again until it starts to get cold. And of course, they instilled the fear upon everybody that, oh well, we don't know that yet. So it is true. This is an old person. If you're sickly, you should hide or wait for multiple treatments. But the rest of us has to work, man. This is getting insane.
Yeah, it's time. I mean, look, we all played the game. Look, and here's my deal. I played the game. I stayed in. I haven't been out. I've been out twice in fucking 9 weeks or whatever. Literally, I've been out 2 times in 9 fucking weeks. So I played the game. I did what they asked me to do under the guise of, well, we're going to do what we have to do to make sure that your businesses don't fucking fold. But then they fucked me on it. So you know what? Fuck you right back. Fuck you right back. Well, I'm not going to sit home when this is just proving again and again and again to be bullshit or partially bullshit or any part bullshit. I'm not willing to sit home and be homeless because you've got a strategy that hasn't worked at any level in 9 fucking weeks. Suck a dick, motherfucker.
Well, this is true. In New York here, too, take Cuomo, that guy. We had the ship, the Navy ship that came and parked at the east. The Javits Center, which is a major convention center, they had turned into a hospital. Yet both of them are hardly ever utilized. So you closed everybody down for what at the end of the day? And now I just got laid off from my second job now. I get a pension from the police department, but I drive a bus during the regular year. And now with this guy Cuomo, the genius that he is, I actually make more money now staying home since they laid me off than I do working every week. So this guy's crying about money, but Cuomo, like all the other Democratic governors, are giving everything, free college to illegals, medical to. This is before the corona. And, now we're supposed to feel sorry for New York City or, New York State that they're broke.
Well, and dude, it's got to be scary for you as a retired cop. When they run out of money, they're going to start taking it from your fucking pension plan.
Well, the difference with that is a lot of guys were nervous about that. And I was curious if you ever talked to Chris the cop. I worked in Staten Island briefly, if you could find out where he worked. But that being said, back 2 years ago when we had the elections, they tried to put in the state constitution to have it revisited, basically. And in New York, all you saw was bumper stickers, say no to the Constitution being rewritten. Because in California, they did rewrite their Constitution. I remember seeing about 2 or 3 years ago an older white couple, probably in their 70s, that they were told that their pensions were reduced by 25% because the state was running out of money. So right now, at least at this juncture in time, at least for the next 20 years, our pensions are secure because it was voted down. But, that's why they were trying for that. Cuomo was absolutely trying to get in there and then say, well, if, we're running low, we'll just reduce you. So he was definitely giving it a try.
Right. Yeah, it's craziness, man. All of it is craziness, and it's time for this horse shit to end.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm 54. My blood pressure's good. I'm overweight. I could definitely drop a few pounds. But other than that, I'm healthy. I've had the flu. I'm sure everybody's had it at some point. You drag your ass for a couple of days, and then you start feeling better and you go about your business. For the most part, and 97 to 99% of people that get this, it's the same reaction. And every few weeks they come up with a new one. Now it's the kids. Oh, kids are getting this mystery, thing. But it's already been dispelled on the news. It's, certain kids, they get it and they're fine. And then they have 2 months later, their body produces, too much white cells. And they have an immune reaction. If you take your kid right back to the doctor, they don't die. So this is, I agree. It's time to open. And I truly wish you with the pinball place, because that's a niche business, which is a lot of businesses in this country. You make good money when you're open, but you can't shut for the next 6 months, and you can't keep taking out another stimulus package. Listen, I'll take free money, but I know it's not free. But they're feeding these kids, because I do drive the Trump train, even though I wish sometimes he would, shut up a bit, But other than that, he does policy-wise make the right decisions. And, you can't have, nothing is free. Eventually you have to pay for it. So all these trillions of dollars, our great-grandchildren are going to be paying it if they're still around.
Yeah, you're right. 100% right.
All right, man. I'll let you guys go because my manager's calling. Hail and crew, fuck you, pal, and hand job.
Well, we do have some intelligent callers out there.
Yeah, people get it.
Yeah, they do. They listen. They listen to the only show that matters.
Yeah, Eddie Trunk.
Yeah, he's over there in the New York area.
Who? Eric?
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, I know Eric.
All right, cool.
I'm glad he's getting more money than he used to. That's good.
Yeah, but
the problem is that there's too many dummies that are going to get used to that money. That's the real problem. They're happy to sit home. They don't want to go back to work.
Oh, I'm well aware. Believe me, I've already heard all about this, that they're making more money staying at home than they do going to work. And now that the businesses are reopening, now they can't get their people to come back.
Yeah, exactly. They'd rather sit on the government tit for a while.
Yep.
Guess the longer they do that, then the businesses are going to either hire somebody else or fold. And unfortunately, I don't think it's in that order right now. I think a lot of businesses are making the decision to close.
Yeah. Well, did you see that Hertz filed bankruptcy today?
Hertz Rent-A-Car?
Yep.
No, I didn't see that.
They filed bankruptcy after over 100 years in business.
Well, that's a niche business. A couple people know of them. They got 5,000 fucking outlets across the country.
Yeah, I'm sure they're worldwide.
Yeah. But certainly in this country, every airport has a Hertz terminal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And most cities that have any kind of hotels in them have a Hertz building.
Yeah, they do. There's a Hertz rental building just less than a half a mile from my house.
Yeah. There's one isn't there one in Solon here?
Probably.
I think there is.
Yeah. Well, they filed bankruptcy today.
Jesus. Now, are they closing or are they?
I don't know if they're going to reorganize or, what the scoop is, but yeah.
See, everything's going to be just completely fucked when this is done because, like, everybody is, the thought is, okay, well, we're going to accrue all this debt. Well, we'll just file a bankruptcy and do a reorg bankruptcy. Man, can the country handle that?
No.
Country can't handle 100 million businesses doing reorganizations, or even worse, flatline bankruptcies. That. We're fucked, man. I know nobody even realizes what's coming. That's what's funny. Everybody thinks, well, we're just going to open back up and we're going to go back to concerts again. It's going to be fucking great. Dude, we're in a lot of fucking trouble right now.
Well, yeah, this is going to take at least a good 5 to 10 years to get this all sorted out.
Yeah, 10 years easily.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough 10. I'm probably not going to see the other end of it.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't want to start the show on a big downer, but everybody out there who is responsible and, wants to contribute to society, you guys need to stand up for your rights and go out there and do what you need to do.
Yeah, and if you have small businesses, not that this is the only time I'm ever going to get on my soapbox, but if you've got a small business near you, I'm not even saying Pinball PA, but whatever town you're in, if there's a small business and they're standing up to the fucking man, go visit them. Buy whatever it is that they sell, unless it's like, kitchen cabinets or something that's like thousands of bucks. But, if they sell Drano, go in and buy a fucking bottle of Drano and put it under your sink for when you need it.
Right.
Support the small businesses right now, especially if they're standing up to these fucking assholes. Because Lord knows, I can tell you firsthand, they fucking need it.
I agree.
All right. That's the end of off the soapbox now. Let's get back to
All right. Well, let's take a break. I'll let you pick a tune, and we'll play a couple of tunes and come back, and we'll get things rolling here. So, what would you like to hear?
How about Shake Your Heads from Accept?
Okay.
From Restless and Wild.
All right. Well, we can do that.
That's a good one, and that's how I've been every time I hear any of these fucking politicians fucking talking. I shake my head. Fuck.
Yep, I agree with that. So, all right, let me pull that up real quick, and we'll get things rolling here with some tunage and get people in the spirit and in the mode.
Yeah, we got things to talk about tonight.
We do. We got plenty of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I know. I sent you a few things. I'm sure you have plenty of things. You know, we have to talk about the fact that I interviewed Autograph this week.
Well, that is true. We'll talk about that when we come back, of course.
Band I never thought I'd interview, but whatever.
Well, was Ed thrilled about that?
Oh, believe me, he was. Not only, dude, he, of course, when he called me, because I didn't tell him I was doing it, he calls me up and he goes, now I know the world's ending. And I was like, why? He's like, because you interviewed Randy Rand of Autograph.
You said, yes, I did.
I was like, yes, I did. I got the skinny on what's going on with Autograph.
Right. Because that is one thing that the world wanted to know.
That's right. But the guy was real nice, Randy Rand.
I'm sure he was.
Nice guy. I mean, I'm not a fan, but, you know, is what it is. You know, you don't have to be a fan of everybody to be pleasant, let them promote their stuff.
Right, of course.
So, it's a good interview. It was fun.
Yeah, why not? All right, well, let's play a few songs. We'll come back. We'll do some more stuff. So here it is. It's Accept with Shake Your Heads exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Hey, this is Wolf Hoffman from Accept, and you're banging your head on the classic metal show.